Addis Ababa, the capital of Ethiopia, stands as a beacon of culture, history, and political significance in the Horn of Africa. It is a city that encapsulates Ethiopia's rich heritage while also driving its modern-day aspirations. Known as New Flower in Amharic, the name Addis Ababa reflects the city's foundation as a modern metropolis in the late 19th century, symbolizing the growth and rebirth of a unified Ethiopian state. Located in the central highlands of Ethiopia, Addis Ababa is not only the political and economic heart of the nation but also the diplomatic center of Africa, as the headquarters of the African Union (AU) and various international organizations. As a city, Addis Ababa is multifaceted, representing the complexities of Ethiopia's past and the hopes for its future. The city has evolved from a small, highland settlement into one of Africa's most vibrant urban centers. Its growth is a reflection of Ethiopia's unique political history, its struggle for independence, its remarkable diversity, and its ongoing role in continental and global diplomacy. Geographical context and urban landscape. Addis Ababa's geographical setting plays a crucial role in shaping both its climate and its urban structure. Nestled in the Ethiopian highlands, at an altitude of approximately 2,400 meters, 7,874 feet, above sea level, the city enjoys a temperate climate, significantly cooler than many African cities. This elevation, combined with the surrounding mountains and valleys, provides the city with picturesque views and a cool, moderate climate that is often described as one of the best in Africa. The landscape of Addis Ababa, marked by its hilly terrain, adds to its natural beauty but also presents challenges in terms of urban development. The city's location on the East African plateau gives it a strategic central position within Ethiopia, and this centrality extends to its role in East African politics. Historically, it was chosen as the capital of Ethiopia because of its strategic location between the north and south, which made it easily accessible from various regions of the country. Over time, this location allowed Addis Ababa to grow into a hub for trade, commerce, culture, and diplomacy. Addis Ababa is a city of great contrasts. While modern skyscrapers and office buildings are sprouting across the city, the urban landscape is still dotted with historical buildings that speak to its roots as a center of Ethiopian heritage. The city's roads, though undergoing significant improvement, are often narrow and winding due to the city's topography, and its sprawling neighborhoods are a mixture of densely populated areas and open, green spaces. Historical significance and development. The history of Addis Ababa is relatively recent compared to other African capitals, but it is inextricably tied to the modern history of Ethiopia itself. The city was founded in 1886 by Emperor Menelik II, who sought to establish a modern, centralized capital that would reflect the strength and unity of the Ethiopian Empire. Menelik II chose the site for its strategic location in the highlands, which offered protection from external invaders and provided a central point for governance and trade. Under Menelik II, Addis Ababa grew rapidly, attracting traders, artisans, and people from various ethnic groups across Ethiopia. The city became a symbol of Ethiopia's resistance to colonialism, as it was in Addis Ababa that the victorious Battle of Adwa was planned and from where Ethiopia successfully defended itself against the invading Italian forces in 1896. The victory at Adwa is a defining moment in Ethiopian history and one that has left an indelible mark on Addis Ababa's identity as the capital of a sovereign, independent state. In the early 20th century, under the reign of Emperor Haile Selassie, Addis Ababa became more than just a political capital. It began to take on a greater cultural and diplomatic role. Haile Selassie's modernization efforts included the establishment of schools, hospitals, and infrastructure projects that transformed the city. During this period, Addis Ababa also became a hub for Pan-Africanism, as Haile Selassie was an influential figure in the movement for African unity. His vision for a united Africa led to the establishment of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, in Addis Ababa in 1963, a precursor to the African Union. However, the history of Addis Ababa has also been shaped by periods of conflict and upheaval. The Italian occupation of Ethiopia from 1936 to 1941 marked a dark chapter in the city's history, as Addis Ababa was subjected to widespread destruction. The city's architecture, including many key buildings, was damaged during this period, though it later recovered. The 1974 revolution that led to the overthrow of Haile Selassie and the establishment of the Derg regime also left its mark on the city. The Derg's socialist policies led to widespread economic hardship, and Addis Ababa became a focal point for both revolutionary activities and the ensuing civil war. In 1991, the overthrow of the Derg brought with it a new era of political change for Addis Ababa. The city became the headquarters of the new federal government, and the restoration of Ethiopia's sovereignty under the leadership of the Ethiopian People's Revolutionary Democratic Front, EPRDF, laid the groundwork for the city's future development. Addis Ababa's role in modern Ethiopia. Today, Addis Ababa is the political, economic, and cultural heart of Ethiopia. The city is home to the country's central government institutions, including the Presidential Palace, the Federal Parliament, and the Prime Minister's office. As the capital, Addis Ababa serves as the epicenter of political power, where decisions that shape the future of the entire nation are made. The Ethiopian government, though decentralizing in recent years to accommodate the country's ethnic diversity, continues to wield significant influence through its institutions in Addis Ababa. In addition to its role as the political center, Addis Ababa is Ethiopia's largest city and the main driver of the country's economy. The city serves as a commercial hub, with industries ranging from textiles and manufacturing to information technology and telecommunications. Addis Ababa is also the center of Ethiopia's transport network, with Bole International Airport serving as the busiest airport in East Africa and a major hub for Ethiopian Airlines, one of the continent's leading carriers. Despite its economic growth, Addis Ababa faces several challenges, particularly in terms of urbanization and infrastructure development. As Ethiopia's population continues to grow, the city is expanding rapidly. This growth is putting pressure on the city's infrastructure, including roads, water supply, sanitation, and housing. The government has undertaken large-scale projects to improve the city's infrastructure, including new roads, public transportation systems, and affordable housing initiatives. However, urbanization has also led to increased inequality and informal settlements, with large segments of the population living in poverty. Cultural diversity and heritage. One of the most striking aspects of Addis Ababa is its cultural diversity. Ethiopia is home to more than 80 ethnic groups, and this diversity is reflected in the city's population. Addis Ababa serves as a melting pot of Ethiopia's various peoples, each contributing to the city's rich cultural tapestry. The city is a place where Amharic, Oromo, Tigrinya, and other Ethiopian languages are spoken, and where Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity, Islam, Protestant Christianity, and traditional faiths coexist. The city's cultural heritage is evident in its numerous historical sites, museums, and religious institutions. The National Museum of Ethiopia, for example, houses one of the most significant archaeological collections in Africa, including the famous fossilized remains of Lucy, an early hominid that provides crucial insights into human evolution. The Ethiopian Orthodox Tewahedo Church, which has played a central role in the cultural and religious life of the country, is also prominent in Addis Ababa, with several historic churches dotting the city, including the Cathedral of the Holy Trinity, one of the most important religious landmarks. In addition to its historical and religious heritage, Addis Ababa is a modern cultural center, with a thriving arts and music scene. The city is home to numerous theaters, galleries, and concert halls that host performances and exhibitions from local and international artists. Traditional Ethiopian music, dance, and cuisine are central to the cultural life of the city, and Addis Ababa is renowned for its coffee culture, as Ethiopia is the birthplace of coffee. The city is also a hub for African diplomacy. Addis Ababa hosts the headquarters of the African Union, AU, making it the de facto diplomatic capital of Africa. The AU, originally formed as the Organization of African Unity, OAU, in 1963, has played a crucial role in fostering Pan-African unity and addressing the continent's political and economic challenges. The presence of the AU has brought a cosmopolitan flavor to Addis Ababa, with diplomats, peacekeepers, and international organizations frequenting the city. Challenges and opportunities for Addis Ababa. Like many rapidly growing cities in the global south, Addis Ababa faces numerous challenges that come with urbanization. The city's rapid population growth has strained its infrastructure, leading to traffic congestion, pollution, and pressure on public services. Additionally, the disparity between the rich and the poor is increasingly evident in the city, with large numbers of people living in slums while a growing middle class resides in modern apartments and gated communities. One of the most pressing challenges for Addis Ababa is the need for sustainable development. As the city expands, it must find ways to balance urban growth with environmental conservation, ensure access to basic services like clean water and electricity for all residents, and mitigate the effects of climate change. The Ethiopian government, with support from international partners, is working on green initiatives, including renewable energy projects, tree planting campaigns, and eco-friendly urban development strategies. Despite these challenges, Addis Ababa's future looks promising. The city has the potential to continue as a leading hub for diplomacy, commerce, and culture in Africa. The government's ongoing efforts to modernize infrastructure, improve education, and promote economic growth create a strong foundation for Addis Ababa's continued development. Conclusion: Addis Ababa, with its rich history, diverse population, and strategic importance, is a city that represents both the challenges and the opportunities of modern Ethiopia. From its origins as a small highland settlement to its emergence as one of Africa's most important cities, Addis Ababa has played a central role in shaping the destiny of Ethiopia and Africa as a whole. Its political, economic, and cultural significance extends far beyond the borders of Ethiopia, and the city continues to be a symbol of resilience, unity, and hope for the future. Through its ongoing transformation, Addis Ababa is poised to remain a key player in Africa's growth and development. As the city continues to evolve, it will no doubt face numerous challenges, but its deep-rooted history, diverse cultural heritage, and role as a center of diplomacy make it one of the most fascinating cities in Africa. In the years to come, Addis Ababa will undoubtedly continue to grow as a modern metropolis while staying grounded in its rich past, making it an enduring symbol of Ethiopia's strength and resilience.